Good afternoon. Sylvie's here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Kochmeyer's here.
Good afternoon to you. How goes the classes?
Well, it's going.
Good afternoon from the agenda room.
Good afternoon, agenda room.
Commissioner
Holzman's
Coleman
on.
is here.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Coleman and Holzman, I believe.
And Roop is here as well.
And Commissioner Roop. Well, our colleague is currently drinking from the fire hose at rate school. So
Yes.
I think it's a deluge gun, not a fire hose. Something much, much bigger than a fire hose.
it is an experience.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, it is now 2:15 and all the commissioners have assembled. So we will go ahead and call the agenda meeting to order. I ask those participating on the call, please mute your phone unless you need to speak. First order of business is to approve the minutes from the October 14th agenda. You all have seen those. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from October 14th say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those minutes are approved 5-0. So we have 6 tariffs and new orders today and the special contemporary issues discussion followed by a USB meeting. First up in tariffs and new orders is file number ER 2022-0025. This is in the matter of the application of Evergy Metro Inc., DBA Evergy Missouri Metro, for authority to implement rate adjustments required by 20 CSR 4240-20.090 sub 8 and the company's approved fuel and purchase power cost recovery mechanism. So to avoid delay of appropriate adjustments to Evergy Metro's fuel adjustment clause, the commission directed the company to file a revised interim FAC tariff incorporating all the uncontested elements of its initial FAC filing. Evergy Metro filed the revised tariff sheets with a November 1st, 2021 effective date. OPC responded to the revised tariff sheets stating it did not oppose the interim FAC rates in the revised tariff sheets, but it was concerned that no FAC provision would be in effect for October of 2021. Evergy replied that any delay in the tariff effective date could be addressed in a true-up. No other party responded to the revised tariff, OPC's response, or Evergy Metro's reply. And because of the effective date of the revised interim FAC tariff is November 1st of 2021, this order will be effective in less than 30 days to allow the order to be revised and the interim tariff to both be effective on November 1st. So with that, I recommend we approve this order version 1. Commissioner Roop?
I am supporting the order.
Commissioner Coleman?
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman?
I am in support.
Commissioner Kochmeyer?
And I am as well.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number GT 2022-0093. This is in the matter of the application of Summit Natural Gas of Missouri, Inc. for approval of a tariff revision related to its PGA clause to allow flexibility to recovery. Under its current PGA rider, Summit must recover or refund any over or under collection in its revenue related to a given ACA period over a period not to exceed 12 months. If an extraordinary event occurs, like the February cold weather event, the proposed tariff amendment would allow the company to seek the commission's approval to mitigate associated rate impacts by spreading that cost recovery or repayment over a period of more than 12 months. Staff recommended the approval of the revised tariff sheets to be effective on the 30th of October as requested, and no other party is opposed. So I think this is in keeping with similar orders we passed in the last couple of weeks, allowing for more flexibility in recovery for FAC in the event of major weather events. So with that, I would support this version 2. Commissioner Roop,
I am supporting the order.
Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman,
I am in support of the order.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
And I'm in support as well.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number EC 2020-0252. This is Barbara Edwards, complainant, v. Evergy Missouri West, Inc., DBA Evergy Missouri West, respondent. So this is a complaint case. Mrs. Edwards or Miss Edwards alleged multiple violations of law related to Evergy installing a new smart meter in her home. When staff investigated the complaint, it found that Evergy had violated commission rules and its approved tariffs. Subsequently, Evergy and Miss Edwards entered into an agreement resolving all of her billing issues, and she received an account credit of $310.51 as a part of that settlement. Evergy has a tariff provision which allows customers to opt out of the use of smart meters by paying a one-time $15 fee plus an additional $45 monthly fee and signing an acknowledgement that they agree to those payments. Ms. Edwards sought to exercise the opt-out option. However, the smart meter opt-out form that was provided by Evergy did more than what was outlined there in the tariff, and in fact included a clause releasing Evergy from any and all liability for any injury, cost, or loss related to the meter replacement and change out. So the waiver liability release portion was not authorized by the tariff. So what this order does is it finds Evergy West violated the terms of its tariff by requiring the liability waiver for the opt-out, and it directs them to submit a new form that does comply with their tariff by the 28th of January 2022. So with that, I support version 3. Commissioner Roop.
I am supporting as well.
Commissioner Coleman,
I'm in support of the order.
Commissioner Holzman,
I'm in support.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I do as well.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 3, say aye.
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 That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number GR 2021-0291. This is in the matter of Union Electric Company, DBA Ameren Missouri's purchased gas adjustment tariff filing. As authorized by recent amendments to its rider PGA tariff sheets, Ameren asked to defer ACA recovery from 12 months to 36 months for good cause shown, with the amount deferred to be added to the subsequent ACA period's cumulative balance. Ameren Missouri asserts that this is that there is good cause to allow deferred recovery because of the February cold weather event. Staff reviewed Ameren's application and determined that it was calculated in accordance with their PGA clause. Staff recommended the ACA recovery period extension and accompanying tariff sheet be approved on an interim basis, subject to refund for service on and after November 1st of 2021. Due to limited time available to review the documentation supporting the ACA factors submitted in its filing, staff requested permission to submit its results and recommendations regarding the information included in the ACA filing to the Commission on or before December 15th of 2022. No other party responded to Ameren's request or staff's recommendation. So this order finds the February 2021 cold weather event is the type of extraordinary event that Ameren's tariff sheet contemplates. It approves Ameren's application to extend its ACA recovery period from 12 to 36 months. It approves the revised tariff sheets on an interim basis, subject to refund, and directs staff to file a full recommendation by December 15th of 2022. So with that, I support version 2. Commissioner Roop.
I too am supporting the order.
Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman,
I support the order.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
And I support the order.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next order is file number TO 2022-0111. This is in the matter of the Relay Missouri Advisory Committee's appointment of new members. Staff filed a motion requesting the commission to first recognize and approve Kathy Wolford, Executive Director for the Missouri Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, as a permanent member. And secondly, appoint Sarah Pretchel as a representative for the deaf position for a 3-year term. Staff has requested these appointments. No other party, including OPC, responded. They seem to be appropriate individuals to include on this advisory board, and since no party objected, I will support the order version 1. Commissioner Root,
I too will support the order.
Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman,
I support the order and wish them good luck in their new roles.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I do as well.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1 say aye.
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 That order is approved 5-0. Final order today is file number GR 2021-0320. This is in the matter of the Empire District Gas Company, DBA Liberty's request to file tariffs to change its rates for natural gas service. So this order just adopts a procedural schedule and test year for the litigation and determination in this case. Liberty proposed a test year of the 12 months ending December 31st of 2020 with a proposed true-up through September 30th of 2021. Staff responded that it did not oppose Liberty's test year and true-up proposals if a procedural schedule that they intended to file on October 12th was adopted, and no later procedural order would deny any parts of the request for that true-up period at a later date if the audit and the evidence justified one. So no other party responded to Liberty's request or staff's response, and this order adopts the unopposed procedural schedule filed by staff on October 12th. So with that, this is version 1 as well. So I support version 1. Commissioner Root,
I support it.
Commissioner Coleman,
I'm in support.
Commissioner Holzman,
I support the order.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
And I support as well.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. So that concludes reports and orders. Next up on the agenda is the discussion of special and contemporary issues. I believe Judge Woodruff is there to.
I am here.
All right. So Judge is there to answer any questions as we walk through this. The way I intend to do it is to handle all 3 companies at the same time on each issue as it's presented. So I think we're all working off of similar spreadsheets, would be my guess. So I'm going to start off with staff's recommendations. The first one, to provide details of the company's plans to utilize securitization. I think yes, that should be included for all 3 companies. But I would change its to any in case there's no plan, and add related to its IRP planning at the end to clarify that not any securitization is under consideration. So that would be my recommendation for all 3 companies. Commissioner Root?
So basically, you're adding the language there. It's going to narrow it down a little bit that it's not an IRP, but we're still asking for the info, but it's not too broad, correct?
Correct.
All right, I'm in support of that.
All right. Commissioner Coleman?
I support it with that edit. Thank you for bringing that up.
Commissioner Holzman?
Yes, I'm in support.
And Commissioner Kolkmeyer?
I'm also in support.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, if I could interrupt for a moment. I missed your second part of your edit. Provide details of its plan, if any. I got that. And what was the
And add-
other language?
And add related to its IRP planning at the end.
Okay.
All right.
Got
Okay, so staff had two other recommendations, future emergency preparedness resource planning and analysis to compare ratepayer shareholder risk. I'm a yes on both of those for all three companies. And that gets us through staff's recommendations. So Commissioner Roop, the remaining staff recommendations?
Yeah, so I'd be a yeah on the future emergency preparedness and the ratepayer shareholder risk. So yes on both.
Okay. Commissioner Coleman,
I'm a yes on both.
Commissioner Holzman,
Yes on both.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
Yes on both.
All right, that brings us to OPC. Their first order or their first issue is AM 3D printing. I am a no. Commissioner Root,
I too am a no.
Commissioner Coleman,
No.
Commissioner Holzman,
No.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
No.
All right, next is urban heat planning, or I'm sorry, urban heat island. I'm a yes on that one. Commissioner Root,
I too am a yes.
Commissioner Coleman,
I'm a yes.
Commissioner Holzman,
Yes.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
Yes.
All right. And then the last one for OPC is a two-part question. Favorable economics projects, one, resources, Inc. PPA, and two, additional resources not required. So I am going to be no on the first one and a yes on the second one. Commissioner Root?
I would actually be a yes on both.
Okay. Commissioner Coleman?
I'm a no and a yes.
Commissioner Holzman?
No, yes.
And Commissioner Kolkmeyer?
Sorry. No and a yes.
All right. That gets us through OPC. Next up is Sierra Club. I am actually a no on the first three, which are Rush Island, health impacts of alternative resource plans, and all source RFP RFI. So I'm a no on those first three. Commissioner Roop?
I too am a no on all three.
Okay. Commissioner Coleman?
I concur. I'm a no on all three.
And Commissioner Holzman?
No on all three.
And Commissioner Kolkmeyer?
No on all three.
Okay. On the next one, securitization to speed up coal retirement. This is one where I would treat that well. I'm in favor of it, so I'm a yes. But Ameren just did it, so I would require it for Evergy and Liberty, even though they didn't ask it for Liberty. So that would be my recommendation. So no for Ameren, but yes for the other two. And it's only because they already did it. So Commissioner Root?
Yes, for the same reasons, or Ameren could just point to what they had done in 2021.
Oh, that's a good point, and I forgot to mention that. At these discussions, we always allow that. If a company can just point to some place where they've already done this information, we'll always accept that in the SCI filing as well. So thanks for reminding me of that, Commissioner Roop. Commissioner Coleman?
I'm a yes.
Commissioner Holzman?
Yes for Evergy and Liberty.
And Commissioner Kolkmeyer?
Yes.
All right. And then I am a no on the remaining Sierra Club issues, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Commissioner Roop, any of those that you want to?
No, I choose not to support those, so I'm a no on all those three.
All right. Commissioner Coleman?
I'm a no also on all of them.
Okay. Commissioner Holzman?
Well, given the fact that I'm already outvoted, I'm going to go ahead and use my protest vote here on the last one, the fourth one down. I'm a no on the first three. The fourth one down, I would be a yes for Liberty for the triennial filings. So I would be a yes for that.
Okay. Commissioner Kolkmeyer?
No on all four.
Okay. That brings us to Renew Missouri. I'm a no on the first Renew Missouri, effective load carrying capacity ratings. Commissioner Root?
So I'm a no.
You're also a no?
I am a no vote.
Okay. Commissioner Coleman?
I'm no.
Commissioner Holzman?
No.
And Commissioner Kolkmeyer?
No as well.
Okay. On the next one, model robust storage, can't talk right now. Model robust storage uptake consistent with FERC Order 841. Evergy and Ameren have already done that in the triennial, but Liberty did not object to doing it, and they have not done it. So I would ask for Liberty to do that one, but not the other two. Commissioner Roop?
I agree.
Commissioner Coleman?
I'm in agreement.
Commissioner Holzman?
Yes.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer?
Agree.
All right. The next two for Renew Missouri. Well, the next one I'm a no on. I'm a no on the next two, but I could be persuaded on the projected interconnection costs if there's a couple others that want to do it. So that's where I am. Commissioner Roop?
I would say on the projected interconnection cost, I would have them do it, and if they already have them point to where it's at. Because I believe they've already addressed this, but it might not be clear that they have, so they could point to it.
Okay. But you're a no on the previous one? Reliability benefits of additional transmission investments?
Reliability investments, I was a no. It was, and then on projected interconnection cost, I was a yes. And then I'm a yes on the impacts of seasonal capacity and auctions.
Okay. I'm also a yes on that one. So we'll just take the remaining three issues then. So I am currently no, yes. Commissioner Roop is no, yes. Is that right?
You are correct, sir.
All right. Commissioner Coleman.
I'm a no, yes.
All right. Commissioner Holzman.
I am a no, yes. And just like Commissioner Roop said, if this data, if it's already there and no one can find it, it's not being useful. So if it's there and you can point to where it is so it can be analyzed, then that would be helpful. So I'm a no, yes.
Okay. Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
Sorry, I'm having trouble with mute. No, yes.
Oh, yes. No, yes. Carries the day. All right. So that gets us through Renew Missouri, which only leaves us with AARP, and I'm a no on that one. Commissioner Root
Too am a no.
and Commissioner Coleman,
I'm a no.
Commissioner Holzman,
Nope.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
No as well.
All right. Judge, I think that gets us through all of the issues that were raised. Do you
Yeah,
have
it does,
everything you need?
I have everything you need, and I'll bring back an order next week.
All right, excellent. That gets us to upcoming scheduling. immediately following this meeting, we have a USB meeting, which will convene directly after this. Then on Wednesday, October 27th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. On Wednesday, November 3rd, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. On Wednesday, November 10th, we currently have agenda at 10:15 a.m., but that week may change due to other scheduling conflicts, so we'll keep an eye on that week. Wednesday, November 17th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. Friday, November 19th, we have an evidentiary hearing in WC 2021-0075. That's DeFeo v. Missouri American Water Company. That will be in room 310 at 10 a.m. with Judge Graham. And then Wednesday, November 24th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. And that week may also change due to the Thanksgiving holiday. So we got a couple upcoming weeks to keep an eye on. But other than that, pretty standard 10:15 Wednesday agendas and an evidentiary hearing. So any questions, comments, or requests regarding scheduling through the end of November? All right, hearing none, and with no other business coming before the body, we will stand adjourned, and then we will
Chairman,
Oh, yes?
were we going to do the Relay Missouri contract?
Oh, I apologize. That needs to be a closed session or not?
Technically not. I mean, we're seeking authorization to award a contract to a company for the provisioning of Relay Missouri service, and a competitive bid process was used, and the company that we're recommending was compliant, and also the low bid. So I don't know how you want to handle that, or if there's any questions, but we're looking for authorization to proceed to award the contract.
John, this is Whitney Payne. I apologize for interrupting. What it is, the review of the information required a confidentiality agreement, but just, I think, generalized discussion about, unless we have to get into something specific, I think we can keep that in open session.
Okay. Well, I apologize for missing that at the end of the agenda. Is that something that we want to go ahead and then address in open session? You think we can take care of this without needing to go closed?
I believe we can. If the commissioners have questions, then we can certainly, I can modify that statement. But if everyone has reviewed everything and is okay with it, I think then we can be okay.
Okay. All right. Well,
Is Shelley on and can answer that? Should we switch to closed session or continue as we are?
I think if there's not a lot of discussion requiring them to answer questions that need to be confidential, we can take this vote to approve the contract. But if commissioners have questions, we would probably need to go closed.
I have no questions.
Do any commissioners have questions about awarding of this contract?
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
No questions.
Commissioner Root?
No questions.
All right. So then I'll just make the motion to approve this. And is there a second?
I
Rupel
second.
Seconded by Commissioner Coleman. Any discussion? There's no discussion. So all those in favor of the motion to approve the contract, say aye.
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 Motion is approved 5-0. Again, I apologize for missing that at the end of the agenda, but that should get us through everything we need to do before USB. So unless any commissioner has anything else to bring up, we will stand adjourned and reconvene for the USB meeting.